Cameron Diaz and P. Diddy.
Wait, you're joking.
Dated from 2008 to 2012. And
that's a long time.
Very long relationship. And what's really interesting about this.
Why did Cameron Diaz step away from the world of acting? What is it that motivated you to stop?
Well, you know, I think you probably can relate to this.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was up. I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, I had to go into rehab. I had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Cameron Diaz and P. Diddy. Wait, you're joking. Dated from 2008 to 2012, and that's a long time, very long relationship. And what's really interesting about this is why did Cameron Diaz step away from the road of acting? What is it that motivated you to stop? Well, you know, I think you probably can relate to this. Is what if I told you that Hollywood's golden girl Cameron Diaz and music mogul Diddy Coles were once the scandalous couple everybody whispered about, but that not even the half of it. From 30ir Oscar encounters to rumors of red drum plots, the story will leave your jaw dropping on the floor. But what really went down between these two? And why did it all come crashing down? Let's get into the spicy details of their shocking relationship and the real reason Cameron left Hollywood for good. So let's set the stage. Oscars 2008. Picture this: Cameron Diaz, effortlessly glamorous, catches the eye of Diddy, who's decked out and oozing his signature charm. Apparently sparks flew immediately. Eyewitnesses claimed the two spent the evening laughing, flirting, and getting to know each other a little too well. But by the end of the night it seemed like Cameron couldn't resist Diddy's energy. But here's where it gets juicy. Gwyneth Paltrow was reportedly playing Cupid at the time, trying to set Cameron up with British heartthrob Jude L. But no, Cameron had her sights set on Diddy instead. Honestly, who saw that coming? And this wasn't just a casual hangout kind of situation. No, Darling was fire all. Cameron had just split from baseball star Alex Rodriguez in 2011. And Diddy seemed to be exactly what she needed to bounce back. Insiders described their chemistry as off the chart, with Diddy pulling out all the stops to keep her smiling. The pair weren't exactly shy about their connection either. They were spotted everywhere, cozying up like love-struck teens. Sometimes it was so intense it left onlookers wondering if they knew what privacy meant. One source even described Cameron's hair being messy and her makeup being smudged after what seemed like a very passionate makeout session. But yet, despite all the steamy public moments, their reps kept denying everything. They'd insist Cameron and Diddy were just friends, because you know all friends straddle each other at the Golden Globes after parties, right? Well, Cameron was spotted doing just that, turning heads and fueling even more rumors. According to insiders, Cameron saw the whole thing as just casual fun, while Diddy seemed to take things more seriously. He was smitten, but for CER it was more about having a good time. But let's talk about the moment that made everybody's side did even harder. One particular story shows just how controlling Diddy can be. Picture this: Cam runs at a party being her bubbly, friendly self, posing for photos with fans, but out of the nowhere Diddy storms in, grabs her and says let's go, practically dragging her out before she could even finish taking pictures. A witness, clearly shocked, even said, "I've never seen him so controlling." And honestly, I had at this point, are we surprised when Diddy's current legal issues? It's all starting to add up. But speaking of Diddy's legal troubles, let's just say that the man's reputation is anything but squeaky clean right now. Remember that infamous elevator hallway incident with Cassie? Yes, that horrible day. Well, Diddy was putting his hands on her in a way that had everybody clutching their pearls. He had denied any wrongdoing for the longest time, but as soon as that video dropped he couldn't backtrack fast enough. He released a whole apology video, but by then the damage was already done. It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was up, I mean I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my ACS in that video. Disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted. Music. Now I went and I sought out professional help, had to go in therapy and go on rehab, had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry, but I'm committed to be a better man every day. I'm not asking for music forgiveness. I'm truly sorry. And Jess, he isn't the only one. Rumors are swirling that Cameron might have been seeing these same red flags during her time with Diddy. Allegedly his controlling behavior started to show and she wasn't blind to it. But here's the kicker: despite all the signs, Common stuck around for a little while longer. So you're telling me that all of these women, all of his ex-girlfriends, no one knew? But here's where the drama gets even spicier. Rumor has it that Cameron and Diddy's fling didn't just make headlines, that allegedly left Jennifer Lopez reeling. According to the insiders, J.Lo was deeply affected by seeing Cam wrong with Diddy, saying it cut her like a knife. Imagine how awkward it must have been for J.Lo, especially considering her history with Diddy. But even so, J.Lo and Diddy somehow stayed friends throughout it all. She later admitted in an interview that her time with Diddy helped her grow and figure out what she was really wanting in life. It also taught her to stand up for herself, which honestly she probably needed with all the chaos surrounding Diddy back then. Is this the one you were talking about, who just cheated on you and treated you horribly and you just stuck it through? No, not that one, that was another one. But let's not forget about the major key player in this saga was Cassie Ventura. While Di was out here living his best life with Cameron, he was also still dating Cassie on and off, yes, while juggling two different relationships. Diddy's actions raised more than a few eyebrows. Sources close to the situation even spilled that Diddy had a pattern. Whenever a better offer came along, he conveniently declared himself single. And that's not just messy, that's next level manipulative messy. And I'm blessed to be in this industry, not just try to blend it with my artistry. Yeah. And you create that. I'm thrilled. I want to see that like tomorrow. 8 Essa to me at 3 a.m. in the morning. But honestly, considering what we are seeing now about Diddy's past behavior, it tracks. He was constantly chasing the next big thing, whether it be business or relationships, leaving a trail of broken hearts behind. But as for Cameron Diaz, she didn't seem so surprised by Diddy's antics. In an interview, she openly said everyone gets cheated on at some point. And she stood 10 toes behind that statement like it was the universal truth. It's almost like she had already reassigned herself to be the reality of Diddy's behavior, seeing as just a part of the game. Diaz has said for everyone gets cheated on at some point. Yeah, are you standing by this? Yeah, I mean cheated on, don't know, okay, most likely. But here's the cur: Diddy didn't seem to be ready to let Cameron go. Even years later in 2014, during a dinner where Cameron's relationship with Benji Madden came up, Diddy got weirdly sentimental. He confessed that if he could turn back time he would have done things differently, and on top of that he called her the exiest girl in the world. Y'all, that sounds like a compliment on the surface, but coming from Daddy it's like a bittersweet acknowledgement of what he lost. But then Cameron Diaz clearly moved on, leaving Diddy with nothing but his regrets. But here's the thing that took a dark and chilling turn. Rumor has it that Cameron Diaz didn't just walk away from Diddy. She ran away from him. Allegedly, she discovered a disturbing plan that left her fearing for her life. The story goes that Diddy had some serious skeletons in his closet and Karen knew way too much about him. According to whispers in Hollywood, Diddy allegedly plotted to unalive her because of how much she had uncovered. Allegedly, Karen realized the danger she was in and she didn't just break up with them, she left Hollywood altogether. So what exactly pushed Common to step away from the glitz and glam of Tinseltown? Well, allegedly her relationship with Diddy opened her eyes to the darker side of Hollywood, and insiders claim that she witnessed ritual and practices that shocked her to her core. Through her connection with Diddy, exposed to freak-offs and bizarre lifestyles many claim are the commonplace among Hollywood elites. But these rumors didn't stop there, because once Cameron learned what was really going on behind the scenes, she became a liability, a threat, and that, according to her speculation, is why Diddy allegedly wanted her out of the picture for good. If you know what I mean. You all parts of you that isn't, that has to be sort of handed off to other people, you know. So like different parts of my life, whether it was my home or. But if you thought the Cameron's alleged fears were an isolated incident, think again. This isn't the first time that Diddy has been accused of sinister behavior when women came too close to his alleged dark secrets. Take for example The tragic and sudden passing of ex Kim Porter. Kim died in 2018 with the official cause of death listed as pneumonia. However, rumors have swirled ever since that Diddy's involvement might run deeper. In a documentary, Kim's ex Albie Shore made it explosive claims that Porter was murdered because she wanted to expose everything. According to him, she was ready to blow the lid off the entire situation and take Diddy down. It's something that's been going on in the industry, and those who speak about it usually meet their demise, but here's where it gets even more unsettling. Albie Shore claims that Kim kept a secret diary where she documented everything about Diddy, including a shocking allegation of his dark and perverted behavior, and these alleged entries detailed violent episodes, some even tapes of DDY with both male and female musicians, one of whom was rumored to be the then 18-year-old rising pop star. Kim reportedly confided in Albie Shore before her death, making him swear never to reveal what she told him because she feared for her life.